Performance efficiency is the fourth pillar in out of six pillars in AWS's well-architected framework. And if you're working as a AWS solution architect or anyone who's preparing for certification or planning to work, then you should know all these six pillars in AWS well-architected framework. Now, to give you some background, if you're coming directly onto this video and have not seen the previous three videos related to this topic, otherwise, if you've seen that, maybe directly skip this part and jump directly fast forward and look at what our expert is. She's going to talk about this. But if you're not, this is a part of or fourth part of a six-part video series where we're talking about the everything about AWS well-architected framework, which is very, very important for if you're preparing for jobs or preparing for certification or for in general if you want to learn about AWS cloud as well. And after watching this performance efficiency pillar, go watch the first three pillars as well, which were operational excellence, security, and reliability. And towards end, I'm going to give you an opportunity to go deeper into these topics and not only just the well-architected framework, but everything right, learning from scratch to doing hands-on lab and a three-step framework if you want to go deeper into that. So just look at first performance efficiency, and towards end, I'm going to tell you how you can learn all this deeper.
So this performance pillar is basically focusing around that if the load increases on the server, your workload should be able to perform equally efficiently when there was moderate load on your servers. So you should be basically getting maximum performance out of whatever resources you have deployed. That is what your performance efficiency pillar talks about. So it always says, Amazon always suggests in this pillar that first of all, use the auto scaling policy. Secondly, try to go for managed and serverless architectures, because over there, your when you are serverless, so if the load is increasing, Amazon will automatically allocate more compute, more memory to your workload so as to support the increased load on your infrastructure or on your workload. Like in case of DynamoDB, which is a serverless service of Amazon, you do not have any server to manage. Over there, if you enable the auto scaling on your read and write operations, which we have studied about RCU and WCU, write capacity units and read capacity units. If you configure auto scaling over there, in the background, what storage, what compute is required to support that RCU and the availability is what Amazon takes care. Performance enhancement, Amazon says that you should be using managed services, try to opt for serverless architecture, and use auto scaling features to create high performing infrastructure. Like for storage, you can use bucket. For cache, you can use elastic cache. For small functions, you can use Lambda. For databases of NoSQL type, you can use DynamoDB. For web server interface, you can use API gateway. So like this, many managed and serverless services are offered by Amazon, which you should deploy in your infrastructure so as to create a high perf performing workload. Security, reliability, and the third one that we are talking about is performance. So the design principles of this pillar says you should democratize advanced technologies, that you can do it via the managed services. That is what it says. So you can use media transcoder. Amazon has recently launched a service where you can do media transcoding also. So all these advanced services like managed databases, whether it is SQL or NoSQL, so you can use that. For the storage also, whatever advanced technology things Amazon is offering you, like nowadays from GP2, Amazon is promoting you to migrate to GP3, the general purpose generation 3 storages. So democratize the advanced technologies in the environment of your client. Maybe earlier you were using an API server. Now try to use an API gateway instead. So democratize the advanced technology. Try to use the services which helps you to go global in minutes, like CloudFront. It helps you to go global in minute, like S3, like DynamoDB. With DynamoDB, you can create global tables, like Amazon Aurora, where you can create read replicas in another regions also. So try to deploy your infrastructure or try to deploy your workload so that even if you are somewhere required to go global, there should not be any major architectural change which is required. So you should keep it in mind. So again, the same thing. Go serverless, use auto scaling, try to use new services and all is what you need to think about. So this is what your performance pillar says. Over here, it is saying that if you see onto this diagram over here. So for compute, so you can say that for monitoring, you can use CloudWatch and alarms. In fact, there are other services like config, X-ray and all are there. For reviewing, you can use AWS Cloud Formation. Monitoring, you have also got, you can, create a cache wherein you can have Amazon Elastic Cache, import, export or CloudFront services to create a layer of cache for your people. You can use traditional network autoscalers and load balancers with Amazon's AWS autoscaling and Amazon AWS Elastic Load Balancer kind of services. So you can trade off a traditional cache with Amazon's Elastic Cache. You can trade off traditional auto scaling or manual scaling things with the help of Amazon's auto scaling. You can trade off the traditional load balancers with Amazon load balancers. So these are the various trade-off options that are available. Amazon gives you a wide range to choose. So whether it is the services related to network, whether these are the services related to databases, whether they are services related to compute, or these are the services related to storage, Amazon gives you a wide range of selections which are available. So you can choose the services, and we have seen almost all of them by now. So this is how you can talk about the performance efficiency pillar.
Hey, if you like this video and would like to learn how to get a high paying job on AWS cloud, even as a beginner, or if you're already working in cloud and would like to know how to get at least 30% hike minimum, then I would like to invite you for a free class that I'm doing where we take you onto a journey and give you the complete roadmap and including our three-step framework to get a high paying job in AWS cloud. I'm also going to give you all the complete roadmap, including the hands-on lab and the project work you should be doing. Also, some of the common mistakes you might be doing that's stopping you from getting it your dream job, whether you're applying and not struggling to get interview calls, or if you're appearing in the interviews and not getting those jobs as well. If you're interested, go to this URL k21academy.com/AWS02. It's completely free class. Enter your name, email address, phone number, and click on enroll this free class to see you in this free class. That was all about performance efficiency, one of the core pillars of a six pillars in AWS well architected framework. Now, next week or next video, I'm going to look at the fifth part or fifth pillar, which is cost optimization, which is very, very important. So let's next week, and while watching, if you have any further questions or if you have anything or any other topic that you want us to cover, leave them in the comment section as well. With that, this is Atul from Team K21 Academy. I'll see you in next video talking about cost optimization, and after that, sustainability, the sixth and final part or sixth and final pillar on AWS well architected framework.